Okay, welcome back to Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagaro. Anime Review episode number 3. This will be the 8th episode of the anime. Yes, the 8th episode, which is called It May Be More Fun Than You Expect, Ex-Senpai. And let's do rock, paper, scissors. Now, this episode in and of itself well, this one adapts a few chapters. Yeah, there's a few stories in this thing. Yeah, there's overall like 3 different stories with this one, which is quite interesting to say the least. Okay, this one adapts basically chapters 15, 35, 39, and bonus story number 2. Now, one of the first thing you see in here is Nagaro commenting to the senpai that his arms are skinny and needs some strength training, so she decides to sit on him. Well, sit on his back anyways. And then she had to do the ride him horse seat just so I can work out. And then 2 girls just pass by and they think of something else. Like, she was like, I don't know what to think. Another one is simply, what if the senpai actually repeated a year? So you've heard it as an ex-senpai, these illusions, to say the least, were Nagaro and all 4 friends in this episode, where he apparently is fallen behind in study because midterms are coming up. And he decided to spend several days and nights playing a brand new video game that he had just gotten. So, and then it turns out, according to Sakura, that's really her name, she says that not with the exception of Nagaro-chan, that's what they actually calls her, with the exception of her, the other 2 are more likely to repeat the year than you. Yep. And then they had their test, and he passes, no problem. Yep. Another story is, there's a couple other ones here. One is simply Nagaro and the senpai walking home, and these 2 take turns playing rock, paper, scissors. The first time, he wins, and she ends up carrying his bag. The second time, she wins, so he carries her bag for a little bit. And then one more time, and then this time, it's he carrying her this time. Not her bag, her for a little bit. And then he tries to straighten her up when she nearly slips up, and she nearly touches her rear end. And then she runs away. But don't worry, that's not the last. So of course, he's nervous when he's trying to do his homework. Maybe Nagaro's not a call. And she does. And first she takes what I'm doing. And he's like, are you watching TV or something? And she's like, nah, I'm taking a bath. And then while they're chatting, she accidentally hits the video thing on her phone, not realizing that she did. And then, he is seeing her naked. Though not fully anyways, because I think in the manga he's a little bit more than he does in the anime. Of course, he does point out to her that all he saw was from the shoulders up. And of course, he's doing this please cover up. And of course, she realized though just an accident. And after chatting for a bit, that's where the episode ends. That's literally all that happened. Just basically 4 different segments here. Oh, there is one other thing here. There's a brief thing of her walking. This actually was before the rock, paper, scissors thing, where she's just walking by, doing a normal thing, and then she hears that the senpai is having our friends doing something weird to him. She opens the door, and they're trying to remove a splinter from his finger. So she's because he's noticing he's very squirmy, just takes the tweezers, removes the splinter, and that's it. Of course, they commented this on the rock, paper, scissors thing, about commenting and carrying girls, something very light. Of course, he commented was very heavy. He didn't realize, he was going to get a splinter out of it. Yep. That's pretty much all the segments here. Yeah, that's what you can say about the series. It's basically a series of segments. A series of, random stuff that just happens every episode. But they're fun little things here and there. And, like I said before, when I did the first episode for this series, even though I just did the first episode, last week, the reason why I started doing this series was because I was curious about this one because of the comparison between this one and Uzuki-chan Wants to Hang Out, which I enjoy that series. And this series has similar flavor to it, I say, but so far it is radically different. For one thing, the senpai in that one, whose name is, who actually is not as dumb as this guy is. He's not much of a wimp. He's just a lot more stronger because he first remember as a meathead. Here, he's basically he basically does acknowledge the fact he's basically skinny as a bean. Yep, but not really much else to say this episode. It's definitely good. Keeps a lot of stuff in the manga, which I at least appreciate the fact because this episode just have 3 chapters, and this is the most recent episode that was released. Yep. And of course, well, oh yeah, in case you're curious though, there's exactly 4 more episodes left for the series, and that's it. Yes. Oh, and in case you're curious though, as this episode, they have pretty much gotten to, well, let's see. I would say the first 11 chapters, actually the first 12 chapters, 14 through 16? No, 14 through, I think it's like 14 to 21. Yeah, 14, 21, 35, actually 23, yeah, 14 to 30, 23, and 35, 39. So far, that is mostly, let's see, 23 minus 1, it's like 22, 23, roughly 22 chapters in just 8 episodes. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bonus stories, and 2 side stories. Not bad. It hasn't have all the bonus stuff yet, but probably have more in future episodes. Yep. So far the only one that doesn't have any additional stuff is basically 1 and 6. Yep. So yeah, that's it for Cycle Review. Stay tuned for Boruto, which we'll do next. Which I'm gonna watch that, then we'll do a review for this. Okay? See you in the video. Bye.